Welcome back, dear learners. In the previous lecture of heterocyclic compounds, we had discussed about what are heterocyclic compounds and classification of heterocyclic compounds. In this part, I will discuss a very important topic, which is nomenclature of heterocyclic compounds. How can we can give the naming of heterocyclic compounds? Learners, there are three rules for nomenclature of heterocyclic compounds, that is common names, the replacement nomenclature and Hench-Widman nomenclatures. Learners, Hench-Widman nomenclature, it is most widely used systematic method, and it is based on the type and position of heteroatom. Also, it is based on the ring size, nature of the ring, whether the ring is saturated or unsaturated, and it's very important nomenclature, and it applies to the monocyclic heterocycles. Monocyclic heterocycles means which contains only one ring, and it applies to the 3 to 10 membered monocyclic heterocycles. So, here in this lecture, I will tell you the important rules which is based on Hench-Widman methods. Learners, heterocyclic compounds or heterocycles of degree of unsaturation containing one or more heteroatom. In the structure, I have represented here X. X is a heteroatom. So, that heteroatom can be any atom other than the carbon atom, right? So, X represent heteroatom, N is the number of carbon atom or ring size. The ring can be 3 membered, 4 membered, 5 membered, or we can say 3 to 10 membered. So, N represent here ring number of carbon atom. Ring can be saturated, unsaturated, or partially saturated. So, learners, it's very important. Please focus over here. How can we give them name? Number 1, heteroatom. X, I have represented heteroatom. Second, N. N is the number of carbon atom or the ring size. The ring can be saturated, unsaturated, or partially saturated also. So, number one rule is prefix or prefixes plus stem. Now, type of heteroatom indicated by prefix or prefixes, right? So, it depends upon the heteroatom which is present in the ring. We indicated by it prefix. Combination of prefix or prefixes with stem indicates type of heteroatom present in the ring, and learners remember, stem indicates both the total number of atom and presence or absence of double bond. I am repeating here again, stem indicates both the total number of atom and presence or absence of double bond. Now, we have to learn the prefixes of heteroatom. How we will give the name of as a prefixes? Learners, if heteroatom is oxygen, so learners, the ring can be 3 membered, 4 membered, 5 membered, or 3 to 10 members. So, if in the ring the heteroatom is oxygens, the prefix will be oxa. If there is a sulfur, the prefix will be thia. Selenium, it will be selena. Tellurium, the prefix will be tellura. Nitrogen, the prefix will be again aza. Similarly, phosphorus, it will be phosphor. Arsenic, it will be arsa. Antimony, it will be stiba. Bismuth, it will be bisma. Silicon, it will be Sila. Germanium, it will be Gemma. Tin, it will be Stena. And lead, for lead, the prefix will be Plumba. Boron, the prefix will be Bora. And for mercury, the prefix will be Mercura. So you have to first memorize the prefix. How can we give them the name of heteroatom in the prefix form, right? Now a question is arising here, if the ring contain more than one heteroatom. So if ring contain more than heteroatom, the order of priority will be based on higher group in periodic table and as low an atomic number in that group. So it's very important. So learners, this is the priority order. For what? If the heterocyclic rings contain more than one heteroatom. So oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, silicon, germanium, stannous, lead, boron and mercury. It is a decreasing order of priority. It means that I would like to explain over here. Suppose a 6-membered ring contain oxygen and nitrogen both. So how will you give the prefix? So this is the priority order. In priority order, the oxygen will come first, after that then the nitrogen. So we have to see here prefix and order of priority. Second important rule, ring size rule. Ring size is indicated by suffix or suffixes, right? So suffix is derived from the Latin numerals, and it's very important, you have to memorize it also. If the ring size is 3, it means that if the heterocyclic compound having 3-membered ring, the suffix will be ir, I-E-R, ir. If ring size is 4, the suffix will be et, E-T. If the ring size is 5, the suffix will be ol, O-L. If the ring size is 6, the suffix will be in, I-E-N. If the heterocyclic ring is 7-membered, the suffix will be ep, E-P. And if the ring is 8-membered, the suffix will be oc, O-C. Similarly, for 9, the suffix will be on, O-N, and for ring 10-membered ring, the suffix will be ac, E-C. So it is depending upon the ring size, we have to indicate in the suffix form. So I have represented here erythol in epoch on eclipse. So erythol, it's a easy way to memorize, learners. Erythol in epoch on ec. So I will repeat it again in every slides over here. Erythol in epoch on eclair or erythol in epoch on eclipse. So it all in epoch on ec. So it's very important, you have to learn first prefix. Prefix is indicates the heteroatom, which heteroatom is present in the ring. Similarly, ring size, that is the suffix. So suffix is for the 3 to 10-membered ring. So learners, I have mentioned here it's a 3-membered ring, ir, 4-membered ring, at, 5-membered ring, or it's including the heteroatoms. Learner, remember, it's the rings size including the heteroatoms. For 5-membered, all, 6-membered, in, 7-membered, 8-membered, then 9-membered and 10-membered. Learners, now what is the suffix rules? Now here we will see state of saturation or unsaturation. It depends upon the 2 factors. It's very important rules. We have seen here prefix, then suffix, then ring size. So here we will find out the state of saturation or unsaturation, it depends upon the two things. One is nitrogen absent or presence, whether the ring contain nitrogen or not contain nitrogen. So, absence or presence of the nitrogen atom and the ring size. So, remember stem which determine the ring size. Here erythritol in epoch on X, erythritol in epoch on L. It is for 3 to 10 member rings. So, learners, here if nitrogen present or absent, whether the ring is saturated or unsaturated. So, please see here. I will discuss one by one in detail also before giving them, before mentioning the naming over here. So, if ring size is 3, so for 3 we will give the suffix ir, IR, erythritol in epoch L, clear. So, ir if the nitrogen is present and ring is unsaturated. So, it will be irine, without nitrogen irene. In both the case there is unsaturation. Similarly, if the nitrogen is present or absent, and the ring is fully saturated. So, if ring is 3, member is 3 carbon or 3 member ring, for saturated 3 member ring with nitrogen atom, we will mention here iridyne, without nitrogen irane. Similarly, 4 member rings at ET, if nitrogen is present and the ring is unsaturated, right, we will mention here it at ETE. Without nitrogen it will be same ETE, but when the ring is saturated and with nitrogen it will be etidyne, without nitrogen ethane. Similarly, for 5 member it will be ol with ring, OLE without ring, and saturated ring, the ring is 5 member, nitrogen is present, it will be olidyne, similarly olane. So, this is a table we must understand before write the name of any heterocyclic compounds. Learners, here prefix plus stem plus suffix, the completed saturated ring prefixing per hydro added before the total name of unsaturated state, right. No suffix we will use here, no stem we will use here, and if the ring size is more than 10, if the ring size is more than 10, use carbocyclic monocyclic heteroatom which is indicated by prefixes oxa, thia or aza, oxa for oxygen, thia for sulfur, aza for nitrogen. So, now we will see here how we will apply that table or apply that rules. Learners, see here, it is a first example, it is very easy example. First you have to find out the nature of ring. It is a 3 member ring, right, and which type of heteroatom is present over here? Oxygen is present over here. So, for oxygen heteroatom which is indicated by prefixes plus ring size plus suffix, and we will see here degree of saturation and unsaturation. So, here in this structure the ring is saturated. So, for oxygen the prefix will be, I have told you in the first slide, the prefix will be oxygen oxa, oxa plus 3 member ring IR, IR. Now, saturation degree of this is the ring is saturated ane. So, how will you write the name? So, I have mentioned here oxa plus IR plus ane, because the ring is saturated. Learners, you have to drop the vowel from the prefix. Remember, before writing the name, adding that all, you have to drop the vowel A. So it will be oxyrane. Ox, it is prefix. It's mentioned the nature of heteroatom. Ir, what is ir? Ir, it is a size of the ring, and ane, it's a saturation, right? So it will be oxyrane. Next example. Now you have to find out again. Heteroatom is nitrogen, and for nitrogen the prefix is aza, right? Similarly, it's a 3-membered ring. So for 3-membered ring, what will be the suffix? Ir, erythol, enipoc, ap, right? So ir, nitrogen present. So it's very important. Nitrogen present, but here saturation. The ring is saturated. So we have to write aza plus IR plus iodine. Iodine is a saturated, you can see in the table, saturated with nitrogen. So it will be iodine. So aziridine. Before writing the name, you have to drop the vowel. Similarly, it's another example. You will see here nitrogen, 4-membered ring. Now combined with, drop the vowel, it will be aztidine or aztidine, right? Because nitrogen is present over here, but the ring is saturated, right? So it is ET is what? ET is represent the size of the ring. Similarly, you will see in the next example. In the next example, now example number 4, you will see here there are 2 heteroatom. One is oxygen, another is nitrogen. So you have to write the prefix for both. For oxygen, it will be oxa. For nitrogen, it will be aza. Again, you have to find out ring saturated. Yes. Nitrogen present. Yes. So now you will see here the priority order. Oxygen will come first. So oxa plus aza plus 3-membered ring. It is iodine. So oxa is you have to drop the vowel from as here ox azatidine, right? So another example, it's a 5-membered heterocycles. So you will again find out here. Focus attention over here. It's not too difficult to give them name. You just learn the prefix, suffix and nature of the ring, whether the nitrogen present or nitrogen absent. So if you will see the ring over here, it's a 5-membered ring. Nitrogen is present. So 5-membered ring, the suffix will be ol, right? So here aza plus ol plus iodine, because it is saturated ring with nitrogen present. So drop the vowel from aza. So azolitidine. Next 4-membered ring, it is again azitidine. Nitrogen present. Here is also nitrogen present. So these are the some examples. It is another example, 4-membered rings. So we will write here azete, ETE. Why ETE? Because nitrogen is present over here. Nitrogen present, but here it's a saturation. Double bond is present over here. Next example you will see here, sulfur is present over here. So thietane. Thia for sulfur, et for 4-membered ring, ane for saturation. So thiaetane. Similarly, you will see in the next example oxaolane. So drop the vowel, oxalane. So here saturation and nitrogen is absent. Saturation, the ring is saturated but nitrogen is absent. So you have to prefix for the oxygen, oxa, 5-membered ring, ol, ane is saturation, nitrogen present. So it's a oxalane. Similarly, next it's a 7-membered ring. So for 7-membered ring, the ring size is ap, right? It is again saturated, nitrogen absent. So thia is for the sulfur, right? So thia is for the sulfur, ring size is 7, which is ap. Thia plus ap plus ane, drop the vowel. drop the vowel A here, drop the A here from the thia. So, thiapine. Similarly, you will see here, what is the difference over here? The difference is that the ring contain nitrogen as well as unsaturations. So, as I have told you, when the saturation and the ring contain nitrogen, it will be aza for nitrogen, ap for 7-membered ring, ine for what? Unsaturations. So, it will be azepine. Drop the A from the prefix. So, it will be azepines. Next, you will easily name them. Here, oxygen, right? Oxygen, for oxygen, you will write here oxa. Prefix will be oxa. Now, count the number of ring size. So, ring size is a 7-membered ring, including oxygen. So, for 7-membered ring, what will be the suffix? Ap, right? Again, here nitrogen is absent, but it is unsaturated. So, ine, it will be ine, right? Oxine. Next, aza plus ane. So, here this is 6-membered ring. For 6-membered ring, the ring size will be in, right? So, aza plus ane. So, you have to drop the A from the prefix. So, this is saturated with nitrogen atom and we have to give them name azinane. Similarly, next common name is pyridine. Here aza, because nitrogen is present over here, it is 6-membered ring, in, ine. So, unsaturated nitrogen is present over here. So, it will be azine, right? So, the suffix which we have taken from ir from tri represent 3, at from tetra, and these are the exception 5 and 6, ol and in, right? So, you have to learn their own ol for 5, in for 6. Similarly, ap we have taken from the hepta, ep from the hepta, oc from the octa, oc, on for 9-membered ring, nona, on, 10 from the deca, ec which we have taken from the deca. So, learners, again important point, the degree ending of the ring naming represent size and degree of unsaturation of the ring. So, here ending, you will see here ending. In ending, this is irane, irine. So, if irane, if the ring is saturated, ane means saturation, ine means unsaturation. So, ending of the name represents the degree of unsaturation or saturations. Now, saturated with nitrogen atom with 3 carbon ring. So, it will be, if the ring size is 4, again remember over here, if the ring size is 4, the 4 size at and ane if the ring is saturated, fully saturated. Similarly, if the ring is unsaturated, we will ending the name from at, ete, right? So, ane from saturation, e for unsaturated. So, again, if the ring is saturated, if the 4-membered ring is saturated, but nitrogen is present, it will be atidine, right? So, atidine. Remember, saturated 4-membered ring, for 4-membered ring the ring size will be at, but saturation with nitrogen atom, it is, you have to, these are the exceptional over here, atidine. Now, if this ring size is 5, for 5, what is the suffix? Ol. But if the ring is saturated, so you have to add here ane, ol ane. Ane represents saturation. Again, if the ring is unsaturated, so you have to write e behind the ol, ole. Again, if the ring is unsaturated and nitrogen is present over here. So we have to mention here olidine, olidine. Now if the ring size is 6 and the ring is saturated, so for 6 suffix is in, in, or as I told you in the previous slides, saturation is represented by in, what? In. Similarly, if the ring is unsaturated, you have just write E, right? You have just write E, INE, right? So this is for both nitrogen present and both nitrogen absent. Similarly, if the ring size is 7, so for 7 suffix is ap, and for saturation you have to write in, ip, in, right? Unsaturation ein, INE, ip, ein. Now, so these are the some again clarification of 8-membered ring and 9-membered ring. Ocane for saturation, ocyne for unsaturation, and for 9-membered ring, onane, both are different things. Learners, onane is a ring size for 9-membered ring, right? So onane is for saturation. Correct it. This is for saturation. Similarly, onine, this is for unsaturations. So learners, ring size plus ane or ein. If saturated, we will write ane. If unsaturated, we will write ein. And ring size, erytolin epoch ek. Erytolin epoch ek. Again erytolin epoch ek. It's very easy to learn. So these are the for 4, 5, 6 to 10-membered ring. Learners, one important thing. Ring size 4, 5 and 6 plus add E if the ring is unsaturated, right? And for the ring size 3, 7, 8, 9, 10 add INE if the ring is unsaturated. Similarly, ring size 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 add ane plus saturated if the ring is saturated. Simple. If the ring is 3-membered, it means ane, right? For very important, if the ring size is 3, 4, 6 and the ring unsaturated or the ring have nitrogen atom, so ring size for 3, 4, 6 for unsaturation along with the nitrogen present add idine, IDINE. So erytidine, atidine, olidine, these are the traditional suffixes. These 3 important suffixes you must learn. So learners, these are the points to remember. Partial saturation, lesser degree of saturation, prefixes we will add dihydro or tetrahydro. Saturated positions are given least number after the heteroatom. So this is the last example I am going to discuss over here. So the ring is partially saturated, right? This ring is partially unsaturated because there is 2 double bond over here. So how will you give the name over here? Prefix, because there is a nitrogen atom, right? So you have to count from the side where is sp3 hybridized carbon atom. So if you count from the left side, the nitrogen will be 1, nearest carbon which is the sp3 hybridized will be 2, then 3, then 4. So we have to mention over here 2,3 dihydroazepine because nitrogen is prefix and 2 and 3 carbon is saturated, fully saturated carbon, sp3 hybridized carbon atom. So you have to start the counting from the nearest saturated carbon atoms. So learners, today in this lecture we have discussed about the H. Whitman nomenclature, which is very important part of heterocyclic compounds, and by using that we can easily give them name. And also we have to learn the prefixes. Prefixes indicate the heteroatom suffixes. Suffixes indicate the ring size. The ring size I told you 3 to 10 membered. Erythol in epoch ec. Erythol in epoch ec. So, thank you very much.